In 2018, NACFE did produce a report on infrastructure, and it was a great piece of work and one that we think will continue to be a good asset for the industry. What we've done here is update that work and include some of the more recent findings around the types of charging that will happen, the speeds, the infrastructure, managed charging. We start to explore some of the wireless charging opportunities and so forth in this report. There's a lot of questions about the grid's capability. How long will it take for each of these sites? You know, we've heard anywhere from 12 to 24 to 36 months to get a couple of megawatts or more at these sites.
You really have to deal with the truck, utility, and charger infrastructure as a system. And it's going to take you a while to figure out how that system works together. You don't want to go out and say, oh, I want this truck, and then I'm going to go buy a charger, and then I'm going to call my utility.
Power is always challenging, so having those discussions up front with the power utility company is critical.
A lot of locations do not have the power readily available. About 80% of the site assessments that are done need electrical upgrades. So this is something that takes a very long time and needs to be thought about from the very beginning of when you're thinking about getting an EV truck.
Your experience with your utility is going to vary widely, depending on if you're their first electric truck customer or if they already have a team spooled up ready to help e-truck customers.
A lot of these trucks can have long charge times with slow charging at the depots, and that's really where the focus is right now. But we also need to work on all of the different charging phases that will occur over the next decade or so.
As you get to be more trucks, and as you rely more on fast charging, you're going to need progressively larger upgrades. And those could be the new distribution wires coming to you, which means the utility may be running miles of new wire, or upgrading the voltage on that wire, so having to replace all the transformers along it. And that becomes a bigger job. And then if you're really talking about electrifying a depot, and in the utility world, you talk about megawatts. So, as you exceed 3 megawatts or so, you may need to have the transformers be on your site and maybe own them, or you may need them to do even more work, run more distribution lines. And then finally, you're going to be looking at potentially substation upgrades wherein the utility or you are going to take a transmission wire, which runs at thousands of volts, and then bring those down into very large transformers to get them so they're useful for your trucks. Fast chargers are more expensive, at least on a per unit basis. Software eats hardware. Software can do a lot for you, including, especially when you're talking about L2 chargers, allowing you to charge when electricity is the cheapest. It can also let you know if a vehicle's not charging so that you can make sure to correct that problem before the driver comes out and doesn't have enough range for their route.
It's a complex issue, so you really want to have one person at your fleet talking to the utility right from the beginning, following that all the way through the process.
There's a lot of learnings we're going to have as we move forward together into commercial battery electric vehicles. And NACFE, through our partnership with RMI, has the opportunity to speak both the language of truck fleets and the language of utilities and bring it together so we have productive conversations and we have the collaboration it takes to move forward together.